Welcome to Core Concepts from Dent Gaming. Let's see this build. Hello everybody and welcome to a very special episode of Core Concepts. I'm in the studio with a beautiful woman, someone I care about, my fiance Becky, and she agreed to make an AC in Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Unfortunately, we did this earlier and it didn't save. I only got like the last 20 minutes of it for some reason. I did have a computer malfunction, but I got her back in here so we could go over the interview questions that we answered before, and I told her just to forget her responses and we're gonna try it, from the top. And she agreed, and she put on my gamer glasses to get herself back in the mode of things. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip through that interview. Here we go.
Hi, everybody.
Yep, definitely want to say hi to everybody. Yep. All right, so I've got the non-gamer interview here. So first question, how much gaming experience do you have? Counting everything, counting arcade games, counting any kind of PlayStation games you've played or anything. How much gaming experience do you have?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say maybe I might qualify for a 2, maybe.
Ooh, okay, a 2. So yeah. 2 out of 10. She's a 1 out of 5, but she's a 10 out of 10 to me. I love her.
I played Mario when I was a kid on Nintendo.
There we go.
And I had a PS3 or 2. No, maybe it was a PS2. I don't know. Anyway, and I played a little bit of Twisted Metal and Heavenly Sword.
Yep.
And I quit because it was hard.
It is. The games are not easy. That is facts. So next question: how nervous were you when you actually, while you were building this AC?
I would say I was not nervous.
All right. Do you remember what you named it? What the name of this AC was?
I named it Scaredy Cat.
All right. This is the build, everybody. This is Scaredy Cat right here. This is actually the end result of what she made the first time. She did, and I have this recorded, she did do all the paint schemes and she did everything. So she did really good. I was really super impressed. But we've talked about this before, and you're analytical by nature, correct?
I would say so, yes.
Yes. So we have that in common. So I think that's one reason that what draws me to Armored Core, and I think that's one reason why your AC actually turned out as good as it did. So I got another question for you. So from the clips you've seen, because what spawned this whole thing was you actually watched the Core Concept series, and then we just kind of talked about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you should make one, and you agreed to it. So from the clips you've seen of the gameplay, what are some impressions that you have of the game?
Really the only thing that came to mind was that it was appearing to be complicated because there's so many components and so much to consider when you're building one of these.
Yep, it's definitely a complicated game. If you were to take up gaming, since you're totally not a gamer, but if you were to take it up, would Armored Core be something that you'd be interested in pursuing?
I would say probably so. I always liked the shooting games.
Yeah, I mean,
Twisted
Metal it's a vehicular combat.
I think those are my favorite type of any, I would say.
Okay. Prior to now, have you ever heard of the Armored Core franchise?
Only from you talking about it and just knowing that it's been your favorite game forever since you were a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those are really all the questions I have for you. That's kind of a recap of what we went over before with the things we lost, and I really just wanted to do this again, and because I was really upset when I lost the interview the first time, as you know, because you were there when I told you. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to do a full build review. What we went over. You're more than welcome to stay. I might even ask you some questions if you stay. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and dig into it. So we've got the Itsujin right arm unit. And the Itsujin right arm unit was actually the last thing that she put on. And she put it on, ironically, out of... so she noticed that she was really running low on weight and EN. and it seemed to fit the build, and she just randomly plugged it in. It was really fun to watch her, because initially when she went into it, she wanted a build that was kind of more like a build that could like keep its distance and like had good defenses. And so the first thing she put on this AC altogether was actually the shield. She started with the left back unit, and she put on a shield, very, very similar to the shield that one of my builds uses, a build called Cloak and Dagger. And that is one thing that this has in common, is the shield and also the Itsujin. Those are both the same ones that I use on Cloak and Dagger, which is really impressive for someone with not a whole lot of experience with this game. One thing I was super surprised about is the very next weapon that she went to was the earshot. And we've talked about this before. One of the reasons why you chose the earshot was what? Why did you choose the earshot?
Which one is that again?
The earshot is the big grenade launcher. That's the one. So the first grenade launcher that you picked that you didn't even know was a grenade launcher.
Oh, well, I think I actually picked that one because I got overwhelmed and I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and I was all like, oh, that's perfect. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's so funny. And then the next weapon she chose was actually the Dizzy, which is another grenade launcher. But I think... So she knew that this one was a grenade launcher. I actually watched her contrast and compare the Dizzy and the Gao Chen. And she ended up watching the videos. And she was watching these videos, and I saw her go, oh, that was a pretty big explosion. I like that. And she watched it a few times, and then she was like, wait, what about this one? And so she goes like this. She's like, whoa, look how big that is. And then like immediately she was like, that one. And she clicked it. It was so funny. I really enjoyed watching her do that. After she equipped it, she did look at the Iridium a little bit, but then she immediately went back to this one and was like, yeah, that's it. And then that's about the time where she switched to this. Did you actually, from watching my...
I watched the videos on both of... I watched that one and I watched the other one.
Yeah, so she watched the videos on these.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And then she went, okay, that's kind of a burst. Did the videos actually help you make a decision?
Actually, not that much. I think the reason why I ended up going with that one was because I think the attack power is a little bit stronger.
Yep.
Than the other one.
It is, yes, definitely.
Yeah, and that's how I picked it. And
okay.
I still had capacity for it because you told me about the EN load or like my weight or something was something I had to consider.
Yeah, I told you that if you go over your EN load, your entire AC won't work. And then, so you were paying attention to that. Right after that, she decided, no, I want to paint it.
Yeah, because it looked like an alien.
Yeah, it looked like... Yeah, it's like... And she didn't like the way it looked, so she actually, all of this is her. She did all of it. She did the painting of the guns. She did the camo pattern. She did all of it. If you don't believe me, I've got it coming up. What was that?
And the lights. And
the lights, yeah. So originally she color matched this color to here pretty quickly, actually, in the quick scroll bar. I've got all that footage coming here soon. But let me go over a couple more things about the frame, because we just did the weapons. So we got the head, the barrel head. Really interesting choice. I was watching her as she went through the build, and it looked like what she was doing was she was loading up basically this screen, and she was contrasting and comparing red versus blue and the benefits. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah.
And from a base build, from the original build with no weapons on it and no expansion, she was able to build this right here based on just the reds and blues. So that basically takes us through the entire build. And something kind of funny happened. She chose assault armor. So when she went in here, I was fully prepared to explain every single one of these. But I got out what assault armor did. I said, okay, so assault armor, basically you hit assault armor and like 100-meter radius around you, your shield sends out like an explosion and it kills everything within 100-meter radius. And she clicked it and she's like, yeah, that's for me, that one right there. And I didn't have to explain any of these. She just immediately went to assault armor. And I think that's a pretty decent recap of what happened. She chose the Santai generator all on her own. Fascinating. That's actually one of my favorite generators in the game. The only thing I don't like about Santai is it's a little bit heavy, but it more than makes up for that with its... oh, well, I'm going to click it. Well, it more than makes up for it in right here. So we got EN recharge and EN cap. Not to mention EN output, not half bad. So it's probably one of the best generators in the game at being a generator. And she's not running any kind of energy weapons. So the energy firearm spec being 88, not a big deal. So that was a good choice on her part. The boosters, I was very surprised. I figured when she was doing this that she would immediately drift more towards the 06 speeds because they are the faster boosters. But I think when she chose that from the stock booster here, that these ones actually had more blue in them. So everything that's red right now would have been blue on her screen when she was looking at it. And she actually chose it, which is, it's not bad. So they've got the third highest QB of any booster in the game. Relatively not bad upward thrust, which is nice because when she's running her shield, she can't really pop the quick boost, but whenever she does, it's there. And the upward thrust is decent. Just a decent all-around build. She did really good. Right here is FCS. This is the only thing that I was kind of like, I think if we went back, she like thought a little bit more about what she was doing, she would probably choose a different one. But overall, at first glance, the IBC03F WLT 001 is actually a really strong FCS at all ranges. And you don't know any of the gameplay mechanics or anything. Like, you didn't know that close range was 150 meters and below.
No,
you had no idea.
I thought close range was more like right in front of.
She thought close range was like maybe 10 meters tops. Like, yeah. So with that being said, I'm sure she would have picked something more like an Ocellus or even a Talbot, something along those lines. But overall, a really fun design. And I think that right there, that recap, that brings us right back to the actual recording we got. So we've got the final 20 minutes because my computer was able to save the final 20 minutes in an instant replay. So I think we're gonna shift from the intro to that now. It was really fun working with you, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks. All right, guys. Now that we've redone the intro, here is the actual material. About 170.
Oh, so I can't even pick. I can't even.
Some of these you can't even equip. Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, well, that sucks. Wait, which ones are normally the primary weapon?
Whichever one you decide to be shooting at that particular time.
I mean, as far... Okay. Alright, I think I need to change something because I want to use an assault rifle.
Okay. And have you figured out which assault rifle you want to use? There's only those three, yeah.
Okay, so I see that's like it's telling me from the red over here that I'm over.
Yep. You're over by 740 pounds.
Okay, so I can't use any of these really.
Correct. There are some weapons you can use. However, you might want to check those out, see if those would be useful. What are you wanting an assault rifle for?
Well, I guess I associated an assault rifle with like an automatic type of shooting style. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, that's correct. There's also machine guns that are also fully automatic.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so maybe I could choose one of these. Okay, I'll choose that one.
Okay. So let's check this thing out. Let's see what we got here. Can you hit F for me to get rid of that? That is your build.
Wow, it is hideous.
It is hideous. I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it looks pretty cool.
It looks like an alien.
It looks like an alien. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the reins. I'm going to take it against Freud. Which is, I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but it's the rank 1 AC in the arena. And I'm going to do best 2 out of 3. Yeah, we're just going to go from there. Very interesting build. So now that you're done with building,
yeah,
I want to ask you a few more questions.
All right, before you do that, can I change the color?
You want to change the color?
Yeah. You
can, by all means. So what you want to do is you want to back out of here, go ahead and right click on the mouse. And you want to go to paint. Right there, next one down. There you go. If you want to change the color of the AC itself, not minus the weapons, you just hit entire frame. If you want to change the weapons, you just say all units. Go to color set. Actually, I'm sorry. Highlight the tab where it's the whole frame on the top left. Now go to color set.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to just do something really quick, you can manually change them all. But if there are presets, if you go into color set and click, there's a bunch of presets in here.
Oh, okay. I'll probably go with something like this.
Okay.
Because that first one was ugly.
Gotcha.
That looks kind of cool.
And then if you hit E, yep, or you can just change tabs just like that. There's more too if you hit E as well. There's more tabs.
It's okay. I think I'm... thinking about going with that one.
The one you just had up?
Yeah, I like this one too.
Go over to where it says dark and then go there and then just click on it. If that's the one you want. And there you go. You also see, I'm also taking control of the cursor here. You also see this, how it's like faded. Mm-hmm. So that is your weathering. So you can actually change how much your AC is weathered.
Oh, cool.
So you can change like rust and galvanization, all kinds of different stuff. And this would be with no rust, no nothing, and then it just basically gets worse as you go and progress, and then it resets to a little bit of the different kinds of weathering. So is that something you want to change?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Is there anything else you want to change about here? You can actually apply a pattern if you want. You can look through down there where it says pattern. I would go over to where you're on the frame to the left a little bit, and then I would scroll down to pattern. Yeah, there you go. Click that, and this will actually apply a design. You'll have to set the colors yourself, but if you click on to design where it's flashing there, you got all different kinds of patterns.
Oh,
and
no.
you can no.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That is hilarious.
And you can actually change
cool.
the sizes of the patterns, and like you can change a bunch of stuff. That is pretty cool.
I changed my colors though. Oh.
Yeah, you can change them back.
I actually kind of like that one.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go with it.
in pattern color set, if right over there. Well, first thing you want to look at is the size of the actual pattern itself. So there's small, medium, and large. You're on medium right now.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You like it?
Yeah.
So now you're going to want to do color set.
Where's that?
Right there where it says pattern color set.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah, right there. And now you can actually find what, I think you can probably find the one you had and pop it back in. Dark. I think it was the top left one.
I know, I kind of like the other one though.
Okay. Well, she's all yours. You do what you want.
I don't know. I don't really think it matters that much, but I hated the first color, so.
Gosh. That's fun.
There we go. I'm going with that.
You going with that?
I saw that. And can I look at the weapons?
Yeah, of course.
Is that this?
Yeah, back out of this, and now you can go in. Yep. Change color of the weapon. You can also add patterns to your weapons too if you really want to.
I don't want to do that.
Okay. So if you want to change your weapon color, like you see how it's glowing down there, that red?
Yeah.
You can actually change it to match the blue.
Okay, yeah.
That's under device. And unfortunately with this you'll have to change it a little bit manually, but if you want blue, you can probably just go up to, well, yep, and then I'd go to the right, like right up there where it says 255, and then there'll be an arrow, nope, down. You were just there. Or you can use the scroll. Yep, you can get it that color by scrolling over as well. And it'll change it in real time as you move it. So you can see what it looks like.
Okay.
Confirm. There you go. You like that?
I guess.
I think it looks pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Right click. Right click. So this pattern, you can actually remove it from certain places too, if you want it to be a solid color. But I kind of like the way the pattern looks, if you ask me. Save edits and quit if you're done. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take the reins here after these questions, and I'm going to go against Freud. But before I get started, there's something I got to ask you. I mean, you made this.
Okay.
So we're going to do interview part 2. All right, so you already said this a little bit earlier, but what combat style do you think will work best for your design as you've made it?
I have no idea if I ended up with what I intended to, but my intention was, or my thought was that being new, I would probably not want to be like doing too much like hand-to-hand combat, for lack of a better term.
Do you mean close range?
Yes, that would be probably what I mean. Yeah, I would probably be more like wanting to use my weapons and be back further. I don't even know if that's even possible, but that's kind of what I thought. Like, I guess because I would just be scared at first. So sure. I don't want to charge in. I don't know. So that's what I thought. Okay,
so I'm going to save this design. Okay, so I'm going to take the reins here. I'm going to go to AC data, right? And I'm going to put you in user 4. That's my experimental section. And I'm going to add it. Can you type in, actually just you can name this data whatever you want to name it. Whatever file name you want. Whatever comes to mind. I usually name them experimental when they're in this section, but you can put them in there.
I don't know. Does it matter?
It's just a save file name. It doesn't really matter. Okay, perfect. I know I'm gonna move this to save file too, definitely, because you put Becky's in there. Okay, so we're just gonna.
Oh, you can name it whatever.
No,
I don't care.
I
just like
this is just
that
the
way
data.
You know that's the.
So now we've got it saved. We've got it saved. Okay, so now what we can do is you can name it. You can name the actual AC. Anything you want.
I am not good at naming things.
You can name it whatever you want.
How about Scaredy Cat?
Scaredy Cat. Dude, put it in there. Put Scaredy Cat in there.
How do you even spell that?
Oh gosh, SC. I think it's IR. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna Google it right now. It's so funny.
Scaredy Cat.
Scaredy Cat.
How's that?
It is. So it's Scaredy. Yeah, and then cat. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Go ahead and confirm that. There we go. There's Scaredy Cat. Okay, perfect. So, for your combat style, for the combat style that you said, do you think that you're hitting the mark with this AC?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I kind of was just more doing like a vibe check. I was like, yeah, sure, this one seems good.
Okay. Okay, so, next question I have on here is, like, how did you come up with the concept? But I assume that's just because you know you're new and you're like, I don't want to fight people. No. Is that kind of how it went?
I just feel like I feel like I would be just destroyed. I don't know. I feel like I would be destroyed no matter what. So this is probably a totally moot point, but
okay. Okay. Another question: how do you feel about your overall design? Do you like it? Do you dislike it?
I mean, at the moment, I'm satisfied with it.
Okay.
But I really have no concept of what I chose and how that relates to anything that exists currently. So.
Okay, wonderful. What was the most difficult challenge you had to overcome when you were optimizing your AC?
There's just like too many options. It's like analysis paralysis. It's like I have no idea what any of this crap means. So I got overwhelmed, and I was just like, yeah, sure, let's just go with this one.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Okay, that's a good answer. I've felt that many times in the garage. Did this experience encourage you or discourage you to take up gaming as a hobby?
I mean, neither. I mean, I just feel like it was a little bit overwhelming, but I think too, like, part of the learning process is just sometimes you just have to wing it, right? And then you see where you suck, and then you make it better.
See where you suck and make it better. That's actually perfect. A lot of this is trial and error. That's perfect. All right, so that's the last question I have for you. I'm gonna grab a little drink of root beer, quench my thirst. I'm actually going to take the reins now. I'm going to take Scaredy Cat against Freud. So let me grab this. What'd you think of the music in there in Armored Core 6?
It was fine.
Okay. It was fine, everybody. All right. You mind if I slide in here and get after it? I got to get in my gaming pose. All right. I am at the reins. I'm going to go against Freud. This is the first test of Scaredy Cat. Come here, Freud. I was actually really impressed you went with a shield. I did not expect that.
This will be the last evaluation.
That's part of being scared.
It's part of being scared. You gotta have a shield. That's a perfect answer. It's part of being scared. You know you gotta have a shield. Alright, let's see what we got here. So she says back up and run and then shoot. Alright. Back up and run. Ah! This is actually not bad. I'm really impressed. No! I'm getting ready to stagger. I got him! No! Got him! Get off me! Stop it! Oh! You can do it! You can do it! Yes! Round 1 goes to Scaredy Cat, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we are doing a best 2 out of 3, which is a little bit different than what I would normally do. Usually I would just run one test, but we're going to do another one. Alright, this is so much fun. I can't believe this just happened. That's good. You did. How do you feel about it now? Now it's got 1 win under its belt.
It's encouraging.
It's encouraging. All right. Do you want me to go against Freud again, or do you want me to try someone else?
I have no idea.
Okay, we're gonna do Freud again.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh, that was way off. I still got him with it a little bit, I think. Just because that explosive radius. I was really surprised you went with grenade launchers. Honestly, I was like, wow, that's an interesting choice. I did not expect that out of you. But I am absolutely punishing Freud with them. I lost him. I lost him. Oh, no. My stagger's getting pretty high. Where'd he go? Oh, he staggered me. I got just a little. Yeah. That's 2. That's best 2 out of 3. I think I did. I do a little bit better that match. Look at Scaredy Cat. Look at that. "47 seconds. Wow. All right. So now what I'd normally do is I'll just come in here. And I'll go to Scaredy Cat, and I will share with the group. I'm uploading this now. Looks like we got a share code of B, which is kind of ironic because it's Becky's build. 61J, which is weird because my name is Josh. 8AHZQ08S. If you guys like this build, go ahead and grab it and play around with it. It was actually a lot of fun. Do you have any notes for anyone wanting to use your AC, Becky?
Good luck.
Good luck. Okay, well that was Scaredy Cat. As I always say in all these videos, please like and subscribe, support the channel. It was a lot of fun doing this. Becky, did you have fun doing this?
Yeah.
Was it fun watching your big giant robot blow stuff up?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful day.